I love so much to watch What a Show. You're watching What a Show. A cyberbully? Oh my, what will they think of next? If you need anything, please do not hesitate to push the purple button to your left. An attendant will be with you shortly. My mother-in-law is always up my ass about how I spend my day. I can't help but chuckle because me? I'm watching What a Show on twitch.tv. Heavens, look at the time. It's nearly What a Show. I wonder what Charlotte and Patrick will get up to today. I hope it's Craigslist. I think the mods should be allowed to ban people, if it's funny. What's that? A show? Never thought I'd see the day. Heavens, look at the time. It's nearly What a Show. Sometimes I wonder whether Patrick is actually hurting Charlotte's feelings, or if it's all one big joke. Fascinating. Quiet, darling. What a show is about to start. All right, let's wrap it up. The French Water Show. I miss the Patrick is Afraid of Bones era. It's just not the same show anymore. If I was Charlotte, I'd simply get a better computer. It doesn't seem all that complicated. What a show were ever to fully solve its technical issues, I imagine I would have to stop watching. Oh god, it's What a Show. And it's headed right towards us. What do you think Charlotte dreams of? Is it pleasant? Frankly, I'm here for Waylon and Gatito. You know, back in my day, we didn't have anime sex noises. It's What a Show time. Look out, it's What a Show. What? A show? I, for one, do hope they play copyrighted music. I lost Inside Gaming again for this? It's Charlotte and Patrick. Again. I do wonder if the screen will be covered in screenshots and garbage today. It wouldn't be fun for me anymore if they got partner.
It should just be the normal thing. It like, oh, maybe even turn off the air. Is that better? Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah? Really? Okay. Well, I say we start the show. What do you think? I'm gonna, in a second, in the middle of something actually. Yeah, I got some stuff going on. New project cooking, you know, which is getting you on camera. But I think I can make it work. Yeah. Well, now I look like shit. in like a hot way.
Countdown started over.
I know. I don't even realize it does that. Folks, welcome to What a Show. I will be eating a giant bowl of pasta as we start out here. Patrick's already begun eating. If you didn't get a memo, this is the first annual What a Show potluck. But we're living in dangerous times here. As Chelsea Rose, thank you for the blessings and the sub, but I'm actually in the middle of something, so if everyone could hold off for a second. We asked everyone to bring a dish. We're doing Thank you, Chelsea Rose. Thank you. I think I saw Ominous Positivity. I see Cadillac Man 65. Hell yeah. Big fan of that. And that's it.
Okay.
All right. The hype train is close though, so get ready, gang. We're gonna do a pot bang.
We're doing a pot bang at if we ever get back to what was our record for what? No, Charlotte. When it comes to subscribers,
Yeah.
what do we use? 300.
You always
Not too
paid
much.
more.
Never mind that.
You always paid more attention than I did because you were in it for the money from day one.
Right. So that's what I'm asking. If we get to 400,
Yeah.
we will be doing a nude mukbang. Now you're just finding out about this.
Yeah, and
I can tell by your snicker. You think it's a joke.
we've talked about it before, and the problem for me, as I've brought up repeatedly, is that you were very insistent that it's a nude mukbang with the same camera angles that we usually keep. Now, for you, that's kind of like not a problem.
Right.
For me, that's a terms of service violation, and that affects all of us equally. So what do we think about a semi-nude almost bang? Most bang.
I think I have read the terms and services very carefully.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Which one of us has a law degree? Which one of us has a law degree?
Which one of us is a hobbyist law lawyer?
Who subscribes to the law subreddit? Just laws.
Oh God.
That's gotta exist, right?
Subreddits. Yeah, there's all the legal.
Well, there's legal advice.
Weird legal
But I'm
ones.
just gonna look up laws. r/laws. Is it illegal to wear a foreign antique uniform?
I like you see on Reddit somebody where it's like, hey, this is happening, blah blah blah. And someone goes, well, it depends what state you're in. We're this plus this, and then it's like, what? I'm in Europe.
And it's like,
Oh, never mind.
I don't think.
I have absolutely nothing to offer.
As I
Or when they
understand,
come back and they're like, well, I just did a quick Google.
I think I got the
Don't
pretty good
help.
handle on
Don't-
this.
Stop trying to help. Stop trying to help.
What was I looking up? A subreddit for? Oh yeah, I saw a post in the music production subreddit, which kind of just sucks because it's like just a lot of people. I mean, posting they do get good tips from people, and there are people that genuinely get like good shit, but most of the lyrics are something like this. Like this was posted yesterday. Anyone else hate their music? And then here's another one. I don't want to make money by making music. Me and my friends have a joke band and we just want to make music. We're not interested in money at all and 100% don't want to earn any. It's just a silly band. Is there any way we can make no money from our band? What? I feel like you just wanted to tell us that you had a joke band, right?
I mean, probably, yeah. It seems like it's probably a setup to be like, here's my link.
Yeah, but they didn't link anything.
Right.
It just, and then someone commented, "Don't worry, you won't make any money even if you trode."
Prode.
Even if you trode. No, but I saw a there's a lot of posts in this subreddit and not a lot of engagement on each of them, but like There was one that was like, "Will making music help me get a girlfriend?"
Not anymore. Well, it depends how old you are, right? Because at some point it stops. At some point it stops being cool.
Yeah, but then I think it comes back around. Like if you're in your 60s and you've got like a group that does like covers at the like local bar, I feel like you get like a lot of divorcee tale. My name is Divorcee Tale. Divorcee Tale.
I love going to like a shitty. There's this one bar we used to go to in Montana. When I lived there, that was like
The Mermaid Bar?
no, I've never actually been there.
I actually heard about another mermaid bar I can tell you about in a second.
Yeah. But they would have like it was the opposite. So in most cities, okay, paying attention. I'm gonna blow your mind here. In most cities, when someone says, "I love dive bars," I want to go to a dive bar, and then you go, and it maybe was a dive bar 15 years ago, but you look around and everyone looks like you.
Yes.
They're all just kind of 20s hipstery, whatever. And it's like this isn't a dive bar.
Yes.
I should be a true diver. You should be uncomfortable. So
it should be. You should go
it's
into the
opposite.
men's room at a dive bar, and the urinal should be half a foot from the sink, on level with no divider. That's a dive bar. It's a C rating from the health inspector, and of the booths, half of the seats are missing.
Well, and even that.
But they also have the cheap.
That's not even necessarily it. It's the clientele.
Well, the clientele come with that.
They do, but sometimes you see people and they're like, "No, this is what we like." It's like, well, you shouldn't. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what you get in most cities. Yeah, you agree?
Yeah, I would agree.
So Montana was the opposite. They were like, "We're the shittiest. This is the shittiest dive bar in the world, but we so badly want to be cool and attract cool people." And they would have like these nights. I don't know if it was like dance nights or what, but basically what it boiled down to is like me and my friends watching a 65-year-old woman in the tightest white jeans, like, almost get banged on the dance floor by like some 35-year-old cowboy. And I'm not talking about like, I'm talking about a real cowboy.
A man who herds
whose
cattle.
job is to herd cattle.
To corral. And he's using the same tactics on these women as he does on the sows.
They are having the best night of their life.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And then like a beer and a whatever, like a beer and a shot, it's like $3.
That's yeah.
So cheap that you wonder like, how do you make any money doing this?
What is the catch?
This doesn't seem profitable at all. And then you realize that there's also slot machines in every casino.
Oh.
Which is awesome.
That's
and
cool. That's Montana. Yeah.
We should look into that.
You mean in every bar?
I mean in every bar.
Yeah.
Not every casino, because that would make
That's
sense.
also a true
Obviously,
statement.
That's where they belong.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Two things. The Mermaid Bar I just heard about this weekend is called the Dive Bar, which is pretty solid. I mean, come on. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
There you go. Because mermaid.
Because mermaids, yeah.
I'm on board. I forgot.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah. The second thing, we were talking earlier about, I played a show. Actually, I played a few shows. I was just on tour.
You did.
I did.
You
And Sacramento, a big mom's hometown, I'm finding out. And
Sac.
the SAC, our state's capital, well earned, is also a hotspot, a hotbed, I'd say, of What a Show fandom.
Yeah, we've learned this recently.
Now, Avery Gwynn was there. I don't know if you're here in the chat today. And then I can't remember. There was Lauren and Avery, and I can't remember the names of the fellas. But one had a Pay the Dirt Price shirt on, and I scoped it from across. Avery's here.
There you go.
But like, it was very cool. All I was just gonna say is that the bar was like, it had like a hipster kind of, not actually divey, but like approaching divey-ish kind of vibe. and someone else had called it like a hipster dive bar, and I was like, I don't know if I see the dive thing. Like they had a bunch of like the menus were printed on the back of like VHS like boxes that had the actual tapes in them.
Bar. Not a dive bar.
Exactly.
At all.
Well, no,
Not even close.
Thank you, Patrick. But this is the bar that turned into a weird towny bar not 10 minutes after the set finished.
So maybe it is.
So maybe it is, and that, you know, they're trying to like, you know, maneuver it, and it was a cool place, and the sound designer was rad, and we actually like get paid like a lot of money, and it was like, I mean, it was like a cool spot and an awesome show, but also like we went out and then my guitar player lost her iPhone. So I like went back in to check for it, and it was a completely different vibe. Like just like someone like with their tongue halfway down the throat of someone that they may not have come in with, just like weird locals and like some strange fits. And there was even like a drunk weirdo when we were performing, and I did the mistake of like, you know, feeding the beast because he wanted attention. Like there are people that go to shows and they just want to be the main character. And he was like, yeah, and I was like, this guy gets it. And then he kept like walking into the middle area, you know, the space in oh, you don't go there normally. It was yeah, it's not a bar I would drink at, but it's a bar I would play at again. The small guy was drunk, you're right, because he kept going like, keep singing, singer, sing it, singer. Yeah. And then he got like almost on top of Todd, our bass player. And while Todd was playing, he just had his hands like hovering over the frets and the board. And he was going, he's like, yeah. And he was just like, he's singing, singer. And then there's another thing about that show. Now I'm just going to recap some of the tour things. But like when we started playing, they had a TV behind the bar. And then a little CRTV with the VCR built in. The guy was probably like, I don't know, like mid-30s. It's like kind of Patrick vibes, but a very different guy. Actually, nothing like Patrick at all, but they are in their mid-30s. But they had a little TV on stage playing Last of the Mohicans. Yep. And then behind the bar...
That's part of your show.
That's part of my show, yeah. And then behind the bar, it was playing Thelma and Louise. But the thing was... the place was oriented in such a way that only the band could watch Thelma and Louise. Everyone else was watching us. And there is a like pretty like upsetting, at least up until when it stops, but like there is a sexual assault scene at the beginning of Thelma and Louise, and I got on stage and like literally yeah, as soon as we start the first song, she gets bent over the hood of a car, and I'm just like, and I'm singing my little song, and I was like, oh, and I haven't seen Thelma and Louise. Maybe I should now, but I didn't know what was happening, and I was like, oh, and it felt like I was like, what the fuck? It was like the end of Back to the Future, like where George McFly has to pull him off of her, but like I was singing, and I was just like, okay, cool.
Not pleasant. Not
like an awesome vibe. Really anything else would have been cool. But yeah, that place got really weird as soon as the set ended.
That reminds me, have you ever gone to the Vegas Lounge in Northeast Minneapolis? Charlotte.
Let me think.
The Vegas Lounge. Northeast Minneapolis.
In Northeast Minneapolis?
Yeah.
No. No. Have you?
Okay. I have.
Okay, great. I'm glad one of us has.
So we went to do karaoke there once. It's kind of a shithole. Like, it's weird because Northeast is sorry, this is Minneapolis lore, but it's kind of the hipster neighborhood where someone would probably invite you to a dive bar, and then you get there and it's like, this isn't really.
It's just Howl at the Moon. It's just a dueling piano bar.
It's like, yeah, they're all dueling piano. It's like half that and then half actual kind of like, towny weird bars, and I would put the Vegas Lounge in the latter category. And we went for karaoke, and there was like 10 of us, maybe. Like, it was a big group, so one of us would sing, and there was a big cheering section, essentially, like singing along and shit. And most other people, if they're there with a group, it's like 2 or 3 people.
Right.
So it's a pretty stark difference between when one of us sings and when anyone else sings. And there was this guy who's like really like wanted to win us over or like was angry. It was hard to say, but he sang Metallica at us, I would say.
Yeah.
And was really weird. It was some of the most aggressive karaoke I've ever seen because it was directed right at our table.
Yeah, and you liked it?
And we were like trying to have we were just having a conversation. We were doing whatever
okay.
it is you do.
Yeah.
And then this guy was just kind of around, and then I think he was like pretty creepy to some of the women.
No.
And then I think we left. Yeah, yeah. If you can imagine.
Yeah,
Check out the Vegas Lounge.
The Vegas Lounge in Northeast Minneapolis, folks. If you want to have
Cardinal
Metallica,
Bar, also some karaoke in the Twin Cities.
You know, I saw. Speaking of birds, you know, in Sacramento, I saw a handful, actually quite a few yellow-billed magpies. And I know we ranked birds on the show. I don't think the yellow-billed magpie came up, but I gotta say,
we ranked state birds.
State birds, that's right. Solid. Solid bird. Really excellent coloring. The beak design is pretty solid. It's got a downward sort of like curve, which I enjoyed. And that's how I found out about
What is this, yellow magpie?
yellow-billed magpie.
Great, that's a good bird.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. And then I was with Todd, who is Australian, who was telling me about butcher birds and then like
Butcher birds.
swooping season, it might have been called.
Swooping season.
Swooping season. These birds are all swooping on me, and I really wish they wouldn't. Could somebody get these birds off of me?
I wish these birds would leave me the fuck alone.
I really like living in Australia, but I think my number one problem, right, is the birds that are swooping on me. The butcher birds.
Butcher birds.
They're swooping on me.
What time is it in Australia right now? Then
Swooping time.
let's see,
They'll probably
Australia,
someone in Australia is gonna catch a stray when they're watching the VOD.
it's like noon.
You shouldn't
It's like
watch
noon.
it. Oh, okay. Well, that's
Yeah, they're at work.
well then. I mean, like people watch VODs at all times of the day, Patrick.
Yeah.
I stand by. Stand by what I said. Anyway, folks, this is the yellow-billed magpie. Solid bird. So shouts out to Northern California. It's really, I like the separation of the white.
It's got a nice coat.
Yeah.
Fur is, yeah.
I like its hair. I like the hair on this bird. That's cool.
Speaking of Megs,
Like the Meg?
I have seen Meg to the Trench.
The Trench.
Now.
Great. Okay.
This is an exclusive. I have now seen Meg to the Trench.
Yeah.
I don't remember any. I watched it 2 nights ago. I don't remember a single thing.
Now, 2 nights ago was the night you got no sleep. Yes? It doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Is it Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, because we're doing a show.
This must have been Monday night that I watched it, and then got no. No, wait. Yeah. No, it was Monday night. I think I watched it Monday night. It's all gone. It's gone from my head completely.
Okay. Is there
Totally
anything
my
you
brain.
could tell us? So the butcher bird is a magpie. I'm just doing this in the background while you tell us
Is this an
about
exclusive?
this. Is, yeah, I think it is. This is a world premiere of the Australian magpie, otherwise known as a butcher bird, and they
bad.
watch out because they'll swoop you. They'll swoop you. Yeah, no,
Oh.
yeah, but no. Oh.
I just remembered. I have huge. Charlotte.
Patrick.
I have
huge.
news. For the chat.
You have huge nudes for the chat.
That too. I have just in this last week finished Voyager, Star Trek Voyager. It is done. The job is done. I can now rest.
I'm proud of you. Because did it ever get good?
My watch has ended. Yeah, there's like 3 good seasons. 4, 5, and 6 are all like actually decent.
Is 6 the last season?
They're pretty good. No, 7's the last.
So you get 3 bad seasons, 3 good seasons, then you have to go back to the bad season for the end.
I would say you get 3 really bad seasons.
Okay.
Then you get 3 decent and sometimes very good seasons. And then you get 1 just really kind of just flat. It's not the worst. It's just not good either. It's just very flat and unremarkable, kind of.
Like
I
used to
have now
be.
moved. I have now moved in. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking that. But I didn't want to say it. And now I'm into Enterprise, and it's just it's like getting slapped across the face every single time you start a new Star Trek show. It's like
Why
it's
is
like
that?
a punch in the gut. So when you start Deep Space, because you've watched TNG, let's forget the original series. It's too far along, too far ago. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You watch TNG and then you go to Deep Space Nine, and all of a sudden it's very dirty. It's not hopeful anymore. Mm-hmm. Everyone's like angry and mean.
Right, because isn't the idea of fucking the whatever Federation, Starfleet, Star Command?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the United Federation of Planets, and Starfleet is like the...
And Star Command is Buzz Lightyear.
There's no Star Command in Star Trek.
That's Buzz Lightyear, yes?
That's Buzz Lightyear.
Yes. Okay. Because the whole idea, right, is that like they actually sorted everything out and everything got good.
Everything involving like humans and Earth, yes,
got pretty
we figured
tight.
that out. Like, there's individuals that are still bad, but like every bias has been eradicated essentially.
That's pretty cool. We should do that.
Partially because they don't have money anymore. They no longer have the need for money,
They're
especially
broke.
because of replicator technology. They can just make anything. So there's no, but yes, every single like social problem and prejudice is gone.
Like
now there is not a
like
there is not a
America
gay
today.
character. There is not a gay character in sight in any of these shows.
Well, unfortunately,
let me tell you that.
That's what it means to figure everything out, because they realize that the whole time we've been the problem. Mm-hmm. Although they retconned it with Sulu, yes. In the movies.
In the movies, yeah. And I think Strange New Worlds does have some, but it's not. I mean, it's kind of like it only took you 60 years.
What about Lower Decks?
I mean, probably the new ones don't count.
What about Lower Decks though? And the Orville?
Lower Decks.
Lower Decks.
Let me just finish.
Yeah.
If I may.
Yeah.
And then you go into Voyager.
That's
Deep Space Nine actually has some. Deep Space Nine has some characters that were supposed to be gay, but the writers got too scared and never did it. But there were characters who were meant to be gay and were written as gay, but they have storylines that clearly were like, these two were supposed to fuck. But the writers got scared. Yeah, Jadzia kisses a woman, but it's like...
I mean, so have we.
It's one single scene. Yeah, it's not like a... Yeah. And then Voyager, you go into Voyager and the quality just drops so fucking hard. And then it gets okay. And then at the end of Voyager, you go into Enterprise and it takes place 100 years before the original series. So it looks more like... It looks a little more like you would think the inside of a ship would look now if you built... Like, it's more Starfield looking.
What do they call it? NASA Core? NASA Punk?
NASA Punk, yeah.
Now NASA Punk. Nice punk over there. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, Deep Space Nine gets the closest with, like, any kind of gender and gay stuff. They never actually they never go over the edge. Like
they don't go deep.
Jadzia is constantly switching back and forth between genders because it's a parasite that swaps bodies every however many years.
You did tell me about this, this is the kind of thing if I heard 6 years ago, I would have been, why isn't that real? Fuck. God damn it. shit where somebody can just like in like a really cute way. It's like, yeah, it's like this video game where like you have like this thing where you just swap genders. Like it just happens. And it's like, that's really neat. He was so flippant about it. Maybe they have replicator technology and gender technology.
I mean, within the
gender.
universe, I mean, within the universe of Star Trek, you definitely could go in for like a 2-hour procedure and completely in every way, go in any direction. You could become an alien.
You're telling me I could become a yellow-billed magpie?
That might be a stretch because you're so much larger than a yellow-billed magpie.
Wow.
But they could.
Wow.
Hang on.
Wow.
Hang on.
Wow.
They could make you a huge yellow-billed magpie.
I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back on board. Okay.
They could also probably insert your brain, or at least they could take your brain, store it in the pattern buffer
Yeah.
of the transporter, and then shove it into a magpie.
I think I have a compromise. What if I became many magpies?
I don't. You know what? They probably could, because anytime anything comes up, it's like, oh, actually, yeah, there is a way to do this. So, yeah.
Okay, great. Then I shall become many magpies.
Okay. There you go.
There we go. That's
a swarm, kind of.
Yeah, not a flock, a swarm.
A swarm.
So tell me about Enterprise.
I mean, I'm only
Is it a more recent show?
No, it started like during the 7th season of Voyager, so it probably premiered in like, it maybe was running through the very early 2000s or very late 90s.
Okay. You got some
Scott Bakula.
Scott Bakula, yeah.
There's a beautiful babe who's a Vulcan.
We love it. We love it. We love it. Okay. Wow, Scott Bakula looks so fucking bummed in this poster.
Oh, yeah.
He just looks miserable. This looks like AI, first of all. I'm not convinced it's not. But he looks sad.
Sort of the same problem I have with the new Star Trek, where it's all like takes place in the like Shatner era of Star Trek, because it's just like, I don't want this anymore.
Oh, they have Star Wars sickness.
We got this. We've done it. Let's go back to the 90s era, or beyond, or whatever. But like, I don't need more stuff in the kind of Shatner era of Star Trek. And then this is like, what if we went even further back to 100 years before? And there's very little actual, I don't know, it doesn't feel like Star Trek, which is fine. I mean, I don't know, whatever. They tried something. They tried something.
They tried something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What? I don't know. I got nothing.
Apparently, the season 3 is pretty good.
I haven't seen any Star Trek, and we've talked about this. We've talked about. I am gonna like get into it at some point. And it's all I'm gonna talk about, and it's gonna be equal parts pain and pleasure for Patrick. Which, if you aren't aware, actually very close.
Oh, interesting. You learned that from Hellraiser, right?
No. I got a guy. You got a guy. Yeah. He's a PP specialist.
My perfect Star Trek show? You want to hear it?
Is this a show that exists?
All it is.
All it is. No. Oh, okay.
You go, whatever stardate TNG started on, add 100 years, same exact concept. That's all you do. It's so simple. So you just do another 100-year jump.
The next generation.
Exactly.
The following.
That's all it is. Just do the next generation.
TNG.
It works.
TNG once more.
They've only tried it. They did it once before, and it worked great.
Got a little Trump there for a second.
Do it again.
They only tried it.
Do it again.
They only tried
it once. We're going
to
Nar. What is it? We're gonna land the first woman on the moon, and then we're going to Nars.
Did he say that?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
Get the first woman on the moon.
Like we're gonna land the first woman on the moon and then the first manned mission to Mars.
Puerto Rico. The people of Puerto Rico.
We love Puerto.
We
Hang on. Hey, sorry.
Yes.
Wait, this is from 2019.
Okay.
Maybe it was just an old clip that I heard that had been unearthed or something, but
Where did these Star Treks air? Because I know they're on Paramount Plus now. Were they CBS?
no, they were actually aired in syndication. So
Wait,
anyone could play them.
really?
Until I think Voyager aired exclusively on UPN. But yeah, like Next Generation it was a syndicated show right off the bat.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
didn't
I
even
mean,
know that
maybe
ever
there was
happened.
I don't know if Paramount must have owned a TV. I'm sure they like had a place where they aired every week. That was,
I mean, CBS, I guess, but that's a really interesting way to like. I mean, we're never gonna see it again. I remember like David Cross made like one movie once and released it on a torrent that you could pay for, but it was like released through torrenting, and I'm sure it was like this is gonna be the new next generation of like film distribution and consumption. It's like actually no, everything's streaming and it looks like shit, and it costs more than cable. That's like our whole deal.
and apparently makes them way less money.
Yes, makes everyone involved less money. It's not just the actors. I guess there's like a handful of guys that are making more money.
Maybe? I don't even know.
Well, no, I mean, like, I think that's less about streaming and more so just like the wealth gap for CEOs compared to everyone else. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure Bob Iger and David Zaslav would be doing fine, even if the streaming revolution had never happened. I don't know.
I mean, there are still people who do entirely self-funded projects. It's just like
Oh yeah.
there's a big limit on what you can do there, even if you are like pretty wealthy. It's still like be hard to make a full fucking like movie,
Yeah, I mean that's why we need these companies and these actors and these writers. They're so rich and famous in Hollywood. They're making me watch them when they walk down the street with their signs. Oh, hello, knock knock knock. Go eat the slop that the producers are putting in your trough.
Yeah. Be glad that you have a trough at all.
Be glad. There's a lot of people out there that have no troughs. That they have no slop to suck upon.
It's the official message. That's the official stance of what a show.
And if we had any skill, we would be scabbing right now. But unfortunately, we took our scripts, piles of them, to the front doors of every studio in town, and they said, "What is this?" And we said, "We transcribed our Twitch show." We said,
"I don't know what to do with this."
And we're like, "No, see this one. This one's about like Carson City, Nevada."
I feel like what is the movie? It's a
the
Wayne's
show
World
movie?
/ Bill and Ted type of deal.
Us?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Or is it more like 7?
I haven't seen 7.
Oh, okay. Well, it's 2 cops.
Okay, good.
I think I play the sort of Morgan Freeman character.
You always do. I mean, that's what you do on the stream.
That's what I mean. And then you play the kind of Brad Pitt character. You're a rookie, or you just got to town. You have a hot wife.
I have, and she's a smoke show.
She's a smoke show.
Hold on, are you telling me that my wife is a freaking dime piece?
That's right. And then we solve a series of grisly crimes in a humorless 2 hours.
So, wait, who made 7?
David Fincher.
Oh, okay, yeah. And who made Lucky Number 11?
David Fincher.
Really? and who made Master of Disguise?
You know what I'm gonna say. Scorsese.
Marty, baby.
I know. I can always get you with a really obvious and stupid
Misdirect?
deception.
Yeah.
Misdirect. Yeah.
It's always funny to me. It's always funny to me. And then, folks, can I tell you something? Can I let you in on a little secret? This is an exclusive. Mm-hmm. Okay, so get out your notepads and put them away, because this is an exclusive, not for anyone else's ears. This guy cracks me up. He busts my freaking stitches wide open. He has me in stitches. My chops are like busted like crazy. This guy cracks me up, and sometimes I don't have anything to say back to it because my brain is stupid because of all the lead I drank and all the water when growing up. So sometimes he'll do something and I laugh, and he tries to go oh, why are you laughing? I'm making fun of you, and then I just go, you're busting my damn chops, dog. My stitches are open.
Today I felt really stupid because I came up, you were on the phone, you're on hold, you're on speakerphone, and it starts, you're motioning to me that you're on the phone, and I'm doing like I don't know what that means, and it's through a glass door. I can say we're not speaking.
Yeah, and I'm pantomiming telephones.
I've never heard of a phone before. I have no clue what she's getting at, and then I pretend I'm getting a phone call and hold it up to my ear and say hello and walk away. Only funny to us, not funny to relay back here and now. But the point is, I do that and I start walking away, and then I stop the second I've passed the glass door, and Omar's just like walking towards me and sees all of this, and I'm like, God damn it.
Sometimes Patrick and I will grab
just stupid weird thing.
We'll grab prop handguns. Do mock tactical maneuvers. We'll like wave and tap each other on the shoulder, but move the whole time with the barrel aimed at the center of our forehead. Yeah. Or you will bend
holding
over.
it tactically, but it's backwards and pointing you.
Yeah. Or you'll be like, go, and then squat down and point it straight into your taint. It just fucking kills me. Because they look like real guns. they look like really convincing.
Realistic.
It's like we shouldn't have them. There's so many just
they're all in your office for some reason.
Well, I like to be safe. I like to feel safe. I like to be safe.
Yeah.
I like to bind. I like to be bound. Mm-hmm. It's always sunny, folks. I'm not I'm not pulling that curtain back for y'alls. Are we the youngest in the office? Yes, Patrick is 17, and I am. Well, I'm sort of an ageless, sort of like one of the old gods who I'm not really aware of my divinity, but it does manifest in strange ways. And it's kind of confusing. It's like one of those things where it's like kind of like the Nordic stuff where it's like, is it literal? Is it metaphor? Is it both? Did they actually to kill Tyr and take him apart to build the world? Does Odin know everything, right? Does Charlotte?
In most cases, yes.
Yeah, and it's true. It's literal. And I've been many beings in the past. Mm-hmm. I'm many beings right now. It's not linear. The god.
Many beings live inside you.
The god Char sees on a Good Friday. Yeah. Okay.
You're talking about penetration.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm talking about vor.
Oh. Now that I like.
Now, hang on. Now, keep going. Okay, now I'm pretty close.
I'm nowhere. Well, actually, I might be in the middle. I may be on the younger end, but not by I feel like there's a big drop off at some point that I am not that I would be in the upper half of.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
So maybe 35. There's nobody over 40 other than I think Omar.
Omar and
James.
They're 40. Yeah. They're 40. They're both 40. Do you think being, because I'm in my 20s. Do you think that allows me to be sort of like a wonderkin? I'll ignore the comment. Do you think I can still be kind of like a whiz kid? Because no one else is in their 20s at the office.
No, you're a fully grown adult woman. There's no, no.
I
You
don't
can't
know.
be
The
a
median
lesbian.
age
No.
is like 35, and like
You can be a woman with a job who's good at their job if that interests you.
but I'm not good at my job.
Are you the only one in your 20s?
I think so. Yes. We used to have
I mean, Jacob would have been the last.
and he's turning 32
Yeah.
this month.
Yeah.
Because do you remember? Do I need a propeller hat and a big lollipop? Yes.
Were you?
Yes. What year do you think I was born?
Here's what I'd say. From looks, I'd say 1972. Because you look old and fucked up.
There was a lot of free
But
living in the 70s. When I was 8 years old, we were into all kinds of shit, you know, man.
But from your attitude, I would say 2016.
Years old?
Like a child.
Oh, okay. Have I told you? I know I've brought this up because it's so in our wheelhouse. I've told you about my young Earth creationist science teacher, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me.
This was high school, right?
Yeah, in high school, this is a physics teacher who was who believed the Earth was biblically old, no older than 6,000 years old.
I guess doesn't conflict with
Physics? No, I think you're
many of the
fine.
laws of
I think
physics,
it was strange though that this man taught next to a biology teacher. You know, the rooms right next to each other, and he did not believe in evolution. And he would actively get into it with the students, and he would be like, "Well, you don't have any proof." And it's like, and then students would take the bait, and they were like, "What about the dinosaurs?" And he's like, "How do you know there were dinosaurs?" And she says, "Fossils." And he says,
at which point,
and he
it's
says,
just over.
"How do you know someone didn't put them there?"
Yeah.
He says, "How do you know the Jews didn't put them there?" And then we're like, "Oh boy." He didn't actually say that. I think he would have been fired pretty quickly.
Oy.
But I guess I don't know that. I mean, I do know that, but it's like when someone told me that I have to cite an article if I say that Abraham Lincoln died in X year. I don't remember. 1946, Abraham Lincoln was killed?
1946? Yes.
Yeah.
The end of World War II.
Just about. He had a good run. Oh, I saw a cool video about a knife.
Was it a Cold Steel video?
No, it was the Huntington Library in Pasadena.
Oh, that's a cool spot.
They have a Bowie knife that was like used in part of the plot, a parallel assassination to the Lincoln assassination, which went less good because like John Wilkes Booth was like, "Oh, I'm gonna use a gun. I'm gonna use a gun and kill this guy in the back of the head." Sic semper tyrannis, you know. But the other guy was like, "I'm going to use my knife and stab this general in the neck." And the general happened to be wearing a neck brace in bed. So the guy came up, jabbed the knife in.
Hang on, I gotta, hang on, sorry. I have to.
Oh, it's a great story.
Sorry.
It's a great story.
I know.
Come on. Yeah, this is a great story. All right. So, yeah, we do learn a lot about our presidents, and basically nothing else. You could have told me when I was in high school, like, we actually, like, all our problems are handled. Like, it's all good. And I would have been like, that's tight. That makes sense given everything I've heard. It's actually not the case. New actor assassin? Well, I think the logical answer is Ezra Miller, because I can't think of another actor that's more likely to kill someone. Whether it'll be politically motivated remains to be seen. But I would believe it. Actually, that reminds me, I gotta read Patrick a text from my dad. I love when my dad texts me about media. But you guys have to wait until he's back. Forget what I was saying. Something about... Oh, yeah, Ezra Miller is going to kill someone. And it may be a head of state. for all I know. I feel like we're like a few months away from. I'm talking. All
right, sorry about that.
No, you're good. Ultimate Zane said we need a new actor / assassin, and I think like the closest we have right now is Ezra Miller. But it's hard to say whether it will be politically motivated, and even if it is like a congressman, it will probably still because they sang a karaoke song. He'll just be in DC. And
they're too much of a like Joker.
Yeah,
style.
too much Joker stuff. The Joker could never be an assassin.
Exactly.
Because it's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
But no, it's not. It's not the Joker thing is that there isn't even a message.
Maybe it's about the money. Maybe it's always been about the money.
It's probably, it's largely about the cash and the lifestyle it affords
The Joker being, I'm all about that money. Just like the like typical thing that like idiots use the Joker for online.
Yeah.
My dad texted me on Friday.
Okay.
Like during the set I was playing, like big show, and I like got off stage, and it was like, you know, super high adrenaline, awesome crowd, like everyone was having a good time. And then I look at my phone, and my dad had texted me and said, "Just watch The Flash. I know we're supposed to hate Ezra Miller, but it was really good."
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all,
yeah.
the thing about Ezra Miller is not the most shocking part of that. It's that your dad thought The Flash was really good.
He said it was really good.
That's completely fucking insane.
He called me, or I called him days afterwards because I was like so busy in the following days to talk about a different thing. And he made sure, he said, "Did you get my text?" And I said, "About The Flash?" And he was like, "Yeah." And, you know, usually, I don't love having to claim Ezra Miller here in the trans community, but it's not up to me. But usually when my dad misgenders like an actor or someone, I'm like, "Hey, it's they, or it's she," and he's like, "This guy is really good. He's great." And I was like, "That's awesome, Dad. That's fantastic." I'm just like, "Yeah, go." That's He. What else was it?
I watched it.
You did. Now, do you remember anything of it, or did it meg away?
No, I mean it didn't like. I remember as much of that as I remember of Meg to the Trench. I think maybe a little more because it was a little more remarkably bad. But it's horrible, and I cannot imagine every time this DC shit where it's like they early release it to people with like head injuries.
Yeah, ski concussions.
Or just the type of online person who likes everything.
Who's just a consumer of nerd culture.
And part of it is because, yes, there's part of that, of just like, I just like anything that is aimed at nerds. I love it. And there's another part that's like, one day I want to work with all these companies as an influencer.
Yes, not a critic.
And I can't say, no. Yeah, they want to get paid.
Yeah, I want to talk to people who have no interest in talking to me on a red carpet.
Yep, and to do that, I need to have liked everything that's ever come out. And it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
In either case, I think. But very annoying, and that's who saw it, and they were like, "This is actually good," and it was like, "It's definitely not good," and then I saw it, and it was definitely not good.
It was pretty wild that the Warner Brothers marketing machine could muster. And this is the same company that did the Barbie marketing. Like they have, and obviously Barbie is a better movie. But like they have the means to do fantastic feats of PR and marketing. Like, but the fact that given the movie and like anything associated with Ezra Miller, the best they were able to do was a handful of articles a week and a half before the movie that said, actually, it's kind of okay. It's actually pretty decent.
Here's the thing. I think they knew.
They all knew. But like, that almost broke me when I was seeing the articles that like, The Flash is actually pretty solid. And I was like, this upends everything I hold true. This throws my system of beliefs into chaos, not just about pop culture, not just about film and media, religion, politics. I would have become like a Q person, probably.
You almost became a Protestant.
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
No,
I don't know what I would do.
We couldn't do the show anymore.
By the way, I have to go to confession because I played a gig at a Presbyterian church.
Well, as long as you didn't take communion, I think you're fine.
Does it count if the communion's used in the quesadilla?
Did I tell you about the time that I took communion in an Episcopalian church?
I don't think you did.
Big controversy.
Really?
Yeah, it was for like a school thing. Like, cause I went to a Catholic school and I had to go to like another church, like a different faith or different denomination or something. And some people are like, yeah, I went to like a Muslim, or like some people went to a Mormon thing. Some people went to a synagogue, and I went to a Protestant church. Basically the same thing. Of course, it's not basically the same. You and I know this, but I don't want to.
Yes, no, of course. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes.
And I don't know. I just like got the communion thing or whatever, because I'm like, yeah, everyone does this, and I think my mom was like, "You were not supposed to do that." I was like, "Why?" It's the same. She's like, "Because we're Catholics," and it's does not. I don't know. I still don't really know what the. It's the same. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, what? Even if you are saying like, yeah, we both do it. They don't. When they do it, it doesn't mean the same. It's not it doesn't actually turn into anything when they do it. Even if you're saying that, it's like it's still symbolically the same shit. What do you? Wait. I don't get it. What's the problem?
Sorry, two things. One, just parental pearl clutching thing that happened that was really funny is like I was home from, I think I had already graduated college, so I was like 22 or something, and our next door neighbor came in, and he manages and runs like a local Chevy dealership, and he was always the guy through whom we got our cars. Always. And baby, always domestic. Come on.
Oh yeah, of course.
A USA. Also, I started a USA chant as a bit at the show in San Francisco, and after one chant was like, it feels bad. I don't want to do that. But he came over, and I was like visiting my parents, and not to dox my parents, but his name is like Glenn Dugard. I don't know, and I'd been Mr. Dugard my whole life. And then he like comes to the kitchen, and I'm in the living room, and he goes, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "Oh, Glenn, hey, how's it going?" I get like a look shot my way, and then like he leaves, and my parents like kind of like pull me aside, and they're like, "We noticed you called Mr. Dugard Glenn." And I was like, "Yeah. Yeah, right? I mean, like, that's what you guys call him." And she was like, "Well," and either my mom or my dad was like, it's a little disrespectful, because like you grew up calling him Mr. Dugard, and you calling him Glenn all of a sudden was very strange for him. And I was like, what? And I was like, are you serious?
By the way, I've heard this story 3 times, but how old were you?
I was 22, 23.
Okay, that's fucking
and
insane.
I wasn't living at home.
Insane. Yeah.
And I was just like, and at the time I was like, oh, sorry, I guess. And then ever since then, every time it comes up, I'm like, what the fuck were you guys onto then? Like, that was insane. Yeah. Like, he's not like family. And it's not like he was a teacher.
It's just a guy.
It's just a guy who's our next door neighbor. Like, he never like watched me. He never taught me anything. He never like picked me up from school. He was just a fucking guy, and like a decent dude, good Italian guy,
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, Italian American. You know,
So
of course.
rare these days.
It's so rare.
Good
So rare.
Italian man.
Good Italian man. Oh, and Dugar's got the Stugats. But yeah, I think about that a lot, and I'm like, that is one of the most baffling. It's like when my girlfriend would come with me from like after. No, yeah, I was living in LA already, and like I think my like girlfriend was visiting with me at some point or something, and they're like, "You two are not sleeping in the same bed," and it was like, "What are you talking about?"
Who said that?
My parents, they're like, "In this house, you do not share a bed with somebody you're dating."
Oh, that's yes.
And
it's
they
like,
tried to do it to my sister, and she eventually was like, "We have been together for 5 years. What do you think is gonna happen?" That hasn't happened already. It's just like you gotta chill. You gotta chill. And then, but then, as soon as I reached like
depends
28,
on the type of parent too,
Yeah.
because there's like psycho parents who it's like
psycho
yeah,
parent.
I actually think you might hurt someone because the idea that your daughter, usually with these psychos,
right, yeah.
you know, has a sex life would drive you to madness, and you would actually hurt someone, which you think is cool.
What's up? Sorry, I was reading. I was reading the comments. Yeah, I think that's cool. What's that? Whatever. Yeah, let's move on.
Don't worry about it.
Were you gonna say more? Also,
I don't know, I don't remember.
I'm scrolling through the. Oh, what was that? Was that bits?
Got a little bit.
Oh, we got a bit. Thank you,
Blazing Glory.
Blazing Glory 99 for the bit. I feel like we don't get many of those anymore.
I don't think my parents were ever like. I mean, they were definitely like, keep the door open.
Yeah. You were like,
Which
fuck
is-
you,
that's
fuck you,
Reasonable.
fuck you,
I'm
mom.
trying to have my dork
Nice.
sooked.
Dude, dork might be the worst one I've heard. I don't know what it is. It feels childish, but also like something that could only come from someone who has active dementia.
Yeah, I hear that.
This is my dork.
Yeah.
Sir, we have to get you back to your room. Trying to get my dork sooked.
Yeah, I never had any of that too much of the crazy, like, I think one time I went on vacation that was maybe like still in high school, or maybe just after high school, where like we rented a cabin or something, and they were like, no, you're not, one of you has to sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
But I think that was after that it was kind of like, all right, you don't live here anymore.
Yeah, I mean, their convictions hold for a certain. You're also not the oldest, right?
No, I'm the oldest.
You are, but
You
there's
know
a secret.
this.
But there's a secret sibling, isn't there?
Not that I know of.
Well, you wouldn't, would you?
The ghosts. You're talking about ghost sibling.
I'm talking about ghost sibling. Yeah. Which is it's a real thing. You have it. I also this whole time I've still been on the music production subreddit, just scrolling, and I came across this. This person posted a video titled "Rolling in the Deep" and tagged it "business."
Yeah. Can't hear you.
Oh, I'm not sharing it with you. I forgot. I'm not sharing the screen. But I'm just gonna play the beginning, just because it's worth it, and then I want to go into the comments, which I'm enjoying. Have been enjoying reading very much.
Go for it.
Okay, go for it. Yeah. So this is this is
Nice.
rolling in the deep business in music production. I mean, you know, not making fun of the singing, but also this is a music production subreddit. And like,
Yeah.
people are like, not terrible, but I think you're on the wrong sub. And then she, without responding to any comment, like posting her own comments, or sorry guys, I'm new to this app. I might have put it in the wrong place. And then another one, not sure, I'm new to this app. And then another one that just said, thank you. I'm just really enjoying, like, someone named Meat Dragon said, "Great effort. Keep working on it. It is what we all do."
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Supportive.
Yeah.
Supportive.
These are great lyrics. Keep it up.
Yeah, sure. Fine.
Listening to an Adele
Fine.
song, maybe one of the most popular songs, like, this side of 2000, and just being like, hey, I love these lyrics. This is actually really good.
Pretty
You
good.
should record this. You should record this.
What's this? Do you have a SoundCloud or something I could follow?
Is there a Bandcamp I could support you on? Yeah, but I just I enjoy, it's a weird depraved sub with some like real actual like advice and stuff. And you get, here's a post that just says, "Why is G-string such Karen?"
What?
That is what one of the comments says.
Why is G-string such Karen?
Why is G-string such Karen?
I don't know.
Pamp Pamplemousse. Thank you for subscribing for the 10th month. Duluth sure is beautiful this time of night, but I would ask you, why is G-string such Karen?
We are going to be performing in Duluth in 4 years' time.
Is this a prophecy?
I've just... Oh. It's still coming to me. It's still coming in. My sight. And it's going to be an extraordinary show. We're going to play right there on that dock where you see us now.
Yeah.
Before you. And all of you are there. The What a Show fans are all there.
This is like the end of Big
surround
Fish.
us. And what happened? Well, hang on some of them.
Okay.
They lift you and I into the sky, and we cheer, and we're throwing our hands in the air, and then we start to feel, it starts to get violent, and we feel ourselves be torn to pieces.
Okay.
And our fans rip us with their bare hands. They rip us apart, and rip us in pieces, and they throw us into beautiful Lake Superior. And that ends in our tale.
Okay, so be on the lookout for that in 4 years.
4 years' time.
I don't know if it'll be like a ticket link kind of thing or if just sort of like an impromptu gathering. We're
going to be a lot bigger in 4 years, but a lot more hated.
And we're going to be physically bigger in 4 years.
Oh my God, yeah.
So there's, just because we love our fans so much, right? We want there to be more flesh to go around for the sort of like the bacchanalia of ripping apart your favorite, second favorite streamers.
Because we're all dead and then they fuck.
It's like
right?
it's like Event Horizon.
It's what? Yeah,
it's like what happens in Event Horizon.
Okay. Are we angels? Is that why they have to kill us? Because it's maybe that. Okay, hang on. It's revealed that we are angels. We don't even know this about ourselves yet. But hang on, this is a prophecy coming in hot. You and I are angels, right?
Yeah.
That's why our show is so successful.
Okay, and are you saying it's successful because people find out we're angels, or because God from on high makes us successful?
No, it's neither. It's because our angelic nature makes it into such a good show, because we don't even know we're angels yet. This doesn't happen for many
we don't
years.
even know that we're channeling. This is sort of like my godhood, my immortality and eternal
we're not doing that
existence.
Anymore.
But like I want to remember that like I have that thing going on. Oh, okay.
And you are just another voice in the choir now.
It just feels really similar.
No longer special.
It just feels like kind of like we're kind of like veering a little closer to what we were already doing.
Nope. You're an angel now. As am I, but I'm a higher ranked angel.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I'm an archangel, and you're a cherubim.
I mean, okay, listen, I'm kind of in a bind here because I don't want to rail against the clear and evident existence of my cherubic nature. and my
yet
my round
you are-
cheeks and my little belly sticking out.
And
But
yet, in
I-
order to affirm that, you must submit to me.
I'm not submitting. No, I don't like that. I actually don't love that. I think I don't like that. And I think I don't like that part. But
Okay.
but like the thing about my cheeks that I was saying, like that I think is cool. But anyway, okay, so. Let's leave the hierarchy of angels out of this, but you're saying that we're angels and our show becomes very successful, very big, so huge because of our angelic sort of just like vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then what happens is it's revealed that we are angels, and because Christians are so persecuted these days, our fans tear us apart and eat our flesh.
Okay, our fans tear us apart because Christians are so persecuted.
I don't know what.
Oh,
It's confusing.
you don't know what's confusing to me. You don't know what's confusing to me? Yeah, there's been some questions in the chat as to like where you sit having that Episcopalian bread inside you still. You got the wrong Jesus, pal.
Look, the Episcopalians should be so lucky for a Catholic to stoop down to them and take communion in their church.
To sup on their God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they should be anointing my feet in oil with every step I take in that church.
Yeah, well, they're not. And how many Protestants are there really in North Dakota?
This was not North Dakota.
Wait, I thought we were talking about Duluth. Duluth is not North Dakota, is it? Minnesota?
It's northern Minnesota. It's like Minnesota.
It's all the same.
Huh?
It's all the
It's
same.
not. Let me tell you. I'll agree with you on something.
Dude.
Wisconsin, Minnesota, the same.
I keep forgetting.
Minnesota and North Dakota,
I do know that actually. It's
Very
kind of
different.
I keep forgetting things. I had to ask my dad. Like I knew he was left-handed my whole life, and then I guess more important things bumped it out of my mind. And then talking to him yesterday, I'm like, "You're right-handed." He goes, "No, I'm not." He's like,
You say, huh?
"I'm left-handed like you," and I go, "What?" And I'm like, "All right, well, let's talk about the Flash." Let's talk about the Flash. All right, well, anyway, in 4 years, look out for that. You're gonna pull us apart. We're gonna be huge.
right.
Patrick's gonna be 6'8". I'm going to have the proportions of a dwarf, like from Lord of the Rings, but just as tall as I am now. So like my bones are gonna sort of like, just
Weird.
like tree trunks. I'm still gonna be 5'8", but I'm going to be much sturdier.
Can I ask a question of the chat?
Someone. Yeah. Yes. I allow this. Yeah.
Jacoby One Kenobi said, as a North Dakota resident, which is the only part I'm interested in. And I just want to ask if you are familiar with Medora, the Medora musical. That's my only question. You can get back to me whenever you're ready. It doesn't have to be now. You can wait till next
This is
time.
where you worked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the 2 miles of North Dakota, that's kind of pretty.
Can I ask you something? Oh, check it out. I am
Yeah, I
familiar.
used to work
Been there
there.
once.
I used to work there. I worked there for a
And
year.
you lived there,
Season.
did you not?
Yeah, it's like dorms.
You lived off the
It
land?
sucks. It fucking sucks. It's so awful.
Okay, well that's
I don't even know. I don't know if it's still
super,
there.
that's super disrespectful. Also,
That was a funny job though, because I would show up fucking drunk for my like overnight call, like hotel call center job.
uh-huh.
Was it in 2010? No, it was in like probably a year earlier. It was probably 2008 or 9.
Cool.
But yeah, you could just go drunk to work. It was sick.
And I just want to make sure people understand what Patrick is saying. He's not saying that if you worked there at the whatever musical, Medora musical, that you could go to
Yeah,
work
you
drunk.
right.
He's saying you could go to work
You
drunk.
personally.
Yeah. And if you're in Maryland, you could probably do other things while you're drunk and get some good advice on that.
That's right. We have a good video for you.
Yeah. And also thanks for everyone who did even more digging into his unlisted videos and found that he was somehow even worse than we thought or realized.
I mean, I think we could have probably
I thought he was a good guy. I thought he was a good guy with good views on things.
He did.
Yeah. Also, I am so sorry that I've been calling you by your first name this whole time. That's crazy disrespectful. But by but by that same token, like, would a Miss Avery be so hard?
That is not what shows up when I call you on my phone, and I refuse. I go by phone contacts.
What shows up?
Yeah, what shows up? What shows up?
What shows up?
What shows up?
What shows up? I'm shooting. What shows up? Oh, you're talking about my name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have your true name in my phone.
The name of the dead god.
The last name. It's yeah.
Yeah.
And I just won't. You know, my phone just started saying Denise's full name when I do Siri.
No, I had no idea.
Just kept doing it.
Wow.
I changed the name, but it kept saying like her old last name.
You're kidding. Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Isn't
No
that
way,
wacky?
dude. That's so crazy.
I'm full of stories like this. Okay.
Yeah. Whoa. Did I tell you? You know what? I have a humble request, Patrick.
Go ahead. Anything.
Let's wrap this up a little early because I had a long ass weekend and I would love to not be talking on camera anymore.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You're on tour.
I was on tour, which was awesome, and stay tuned, everybody, because there's gonna be more next year. But like, I am, my brain has nothing left.
Okay, just worms.
What a show up!
What
It's
a
like
shows
all I
up.
got going. What a show's up! What a show's up! What a show's up! See that's what the next half hour would be, and like I don't think I got that. I also don't know if I'll be in New Mexico, but we are talking about a southwestern tour. Mad Ninja asking.
It's really confusing for a second.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I am trying to make that happen. But thank you, Orson Welles. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Southwest tour? I say do it. You have my permission.
I mean ending. Thank you. An angel's blessing. Unslept. Were you there? Were you one of the four? One of the What a Show fans?
We can go. That's fine. We can end. Do you want to raid Danielle?
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think that would be so neat. You were in SAC, did not meet up then. What? Were you
maybe didn't approach.
Didn't approach. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Reboot will come to a Chicago show. Curry was at the San Francisco show.
We're supposed to be sailing through all the Great Lakes this summer.
Yeah,
next summer.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know if that's still happening.
Well, the problem is Portland show is hopefully going to be happening. Is the plan, but the problem is our vessel is not really holding water, or well, I guess. Okay, it's more holding too much water.
Yes.
And it is underneath it all.
Yeah, and it keeps happening. It keeps sinking.
It sinks.
Insurance will only pay for, they're not going to keep paying to dredge that out.
And it sinks. It's not that we raise it and it sinks. It sinks further every year, and somehow we keep getting a policy taken out on it, even though it's at the bottom of that reservoir up once you've like driven a bit of a ways on the 101 past the 405, out towards like Thousand Oaks. When you're headed out towards Malibu, it's in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's in that area.
It's in that area. it's in that area. So, but once we get it raised,
we're going to be doing it, and it's not. This isn't something we're promoting. We're just doing this personally. It's a personal trip.
Yeah.
But if we do need to make ends meet, we may be doing some hooking in the various cities across the the beautiful Great Lakes.
We've got some
Corner
magnet
work.
fishing, cooking.
No, hooking.
What?
Prostitution.
Oh, hooking. Yes, sex work. Yeah.
To make ends meet.
Right, but you're gonna have to swim out to us.
Yes. Well,
Because
that's part of the experience.
Because
it's fun for everybody.
It's international freshwaters.
Exactly.
you can do whatever. You can do anything to these angels.
I'm gonna raise.
Just like
I said raid. I'm gonna raid.
I raise you
raiding?
up. I just like the idea of
Raiding.
like, come fuck some angels, and it's a boat rigged up with so many lights that there's no shadow aboard. Everything is like completely blasted. And we just lay fully arms out, just completely enshrined in light. And from the shore, you can see the boat like. And there's like people just swimming out to this beacon in the middle of Lake Superior.
Thousands of people to get some hole.
Like you can see into the hole because it's so bright inside.
Yes.
But we have like the tanning goggles on that pinch our noses. Shaved.
Everyone's walking away like. There's like a pile of like scorched corpses next to us, and anyone who didn't die is like so badly burned that they're.
Yeah, we have to keep we keep coating ourselves in like insulating goop.
We don't need it because we're angels.
Oh right, we're real angels. We're real angels. We are completely like. I just watched Thirst, the Korean vampire movie. And since they can't go outside anymore, they paint the apartment white and rig it up with like a shitload of fluorescent lights. That's what the boat looks like. Yeah. It's a very Thirst situation. Okay, I'm glad we seized on something truly special. Which is thousands,
right there at the end.
Just thousands of men swimming across a lake to a boat that's as bright as a stadium to fuck two angels, and they all have families that they are leaving behind. Yep. Daddy's gotta go.
Daddy's being called.
Yeah, the angels are only for daddies. Daddies only, and we've got ads posted. We took out local airtime.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what's up, gang? I'm sitting here with two real angels who are offering their holes.
But we don't even have to because they're called to it anyway. Even regardless of anything, they're called.
We do the radio shows out of respect for the medium.
Swimming through like violent Great Lakes.
A nor'easter.
Storms. Yeah.
Daddy gets to be one of the wise men.
A sea of flesh as the roiling lake throws the bodies of nude men.
And there's a loud single note tone playing from the boat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was thinking a much higher.
Oh, okay.
just awful. Committed fathers only. Daddy's gotta go fuck the angels.
They'll come home, their skin is sloughing off of
They're just completely
sloughing.
Yeah. And if they live, they decide that they can't go back to their old lives, and they come to tell their kids.
They wander. They are blind, eyes burned from their skulls, wandering the forests and desert of these United States.
just descending upon Chicago, just like swimming burnt and fucked up out of the lake.
Yep.
I have heard the good news. I have seen inside the angel's hole. What a show's up.
They don't even know how to speak anymore. They often will cut their tongue from their mouth.
Yeah, or their tongue, because it's not just penetration. They're doing all kinds of shit all over.
Yeah,
Their tongues are destroyed. just
Yeah.
completely burnt, blackened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and somehow frostbitten, because the power of angels is not to be known.
There it is.
There it is. Say hi to Danielle for us.
Yeah. Don't tell her what we did.
Yeah,
at the
don't
end
tell
there.
her what we did
Yeah.
there. Don't tell her. Just say what a show's
No.
up. What a
Yeah,
show's.
what a
What a
show's
show's up. And try to like get that inflection in
show's
there.
up.
What a show's up. Minion Squad.
Yeah, that's what it
That's
is.
what
isn't
we're
it?
doing. Yeah.
Just Minion Squad.
Minion Squad. Yeah, we get together on the Chase Bank app.
I met my wife on the Chase thing. All right, we're
See you
not
next
just quoting
week, guys.
things.
Yeah.
Right.
What a show's up. Okay.